Let's analyze the highly anticipated matchup between Argentina and Cape Verde, kicking off at 5 a.m. on July 4th. The champions' calm is unmistakable. Before every game, the Albiceleste plays in the 2026 World Cup. Especially against heavy underdogs, the entire world holds its breath for a miracle. Neutral observers are dreaming of another fairy tale, a massive upset that would set this tournament on fire. This time, Cape Verde, making their historic World Cup debut, enjoys the backing of neutral fans. International media highlights the optimism surrounding the African squad, who insist they have zero fear of the reigning world champions. But on the other side, Scaloni's Argentina maintains its trademark composure. No war of words, no provocations, and crucially, zero arrogance of celebrating a victory before the opening whistle. There is only silence, focus, and total concentration on the goal. That is the posture of a true champion. A king does not need to speak to show power, the answer is given on the pitch. If you and I look for the most lopsided fixture in the round of 32 of this 2026 World Cup, nothing tops this clash. On one side, the defending champions boast elite talent in every position and a highly mature Lionel Messi. On the other, a complete debutante stepping onto the biggest stage in football. This nation of under 1 million people has inspired all of Africa with its heroic run. It is a genuine David versus Goliath clash in modern football. The difference is this Goliath is not complacent and David might have used up his magic. Argentina is marching forward, but Scaloni's blueprint looks far beyond simply winning this match. If they retain the crown, they will be the first team to win back-to-back World Cups since Brazil in 1962, a monumental achievement in modern football history. When you and I look at the Albiceleste's performances in this World Cup, nobody can rule them out. They continue to look incredibly balanced and consistent. After cruising through the group stage, they have racked up 13 goals in 5 games, averaging 2.6 per match, showcasing clinical efficiency in front of goal. Furthermore, their defense has conceded just 1 goal, a microscopic average of 0.2 per game. These numbers highlight incredible balance at both ends of the pitch. The decisive factor remains Lionel Messi at 39 years old. Instead of slowing down, the number 10 is playing breathtaking football. His 6 goals put him in direct command of the Golden Boot race. This brings his historic World Cup tally to 19 goals, cementing his legacy as the ultimate tournament scorer. But there is more. He has scored in 7 consecutive World Cup fixtures, a record unmatched in over 90 years of tournament history. The terrifying part is that he no longer has to carry the team alone. This is the most complete squad of the Scaloni era. Rodrigo de Paul bosses the midfield, setting the tempo and reclaiming possession, while Enzo Fernandez continues to establish himself among the global elite. Alexis Mac Allister provides tactical balance, and Thiago Almada serves as the perfect spark off the bench. Up front, Julian Alvarez is relentless, while Lautaro Martinez creates space for Messi's genius. Argentina is no longer solely reliant on their number 10. They have evolved into a collective machine where anyone can step up and decide the match. Because of this, neutralizing Messi does not guarantee stopping them. However, they do have vulnerabilities when committing men forward, occasionally leaving space behind their fullbacks. Against deeply defensive blocks, they sometimes struggle to transition the ball quickly. Yet these are minor details that do not diminish the power of the champions. On the other hand, Cape Verde has earned universal respect. Few expected them to survive the group stage, but they forced the football world to take notice. Holding Spain to a draw proved their defensive organization. Coming back against Uruguay showed immense character. Reaching the knockout stages in their debut tournament makes them the ultimate underdog story of this World Cup. They may lack world-class stars and squad depth, but they make up for it with unity, incredible grit, and disciplined organization on the pitch. Yet fairy tales often reach their limit in the knockout stages, where the pure individual quality of a global powerhouse usually makes a difference. Cape Verde defends with structure, but withstanding that pressure for 90 or 100 minutes is incredibly difficult. Their counterattacks are dangerous but hard to sustain. Creating chances against Argentina's backline will be an immense challenge. Their enthusiasm is admirable, but it is not enough to bridge the massive gap in quality. The match script looks highly predictable. Dominating possession, Argentina will look to stretch the play out wide before looking for central passing lanes right into Messi's preferred zone of influence. Cape Verde will likely deploy a low block to deny Messi space, praying for a miraculous counterattack. A tactical battle of Argentinian creativity versus African resilience. Looking at the numbers together, Argentina's dominance is absolute, boasting superior scoring efficiency, defensive solidity, possession control, and chance creation. They possess one of the tournament's best conversion rates. In contrast, Cape Verde averages 1.2 goals, failing to score in 40% of their matches. Looking at the betting markets, the prediction points to a line of 2 to 3 goals. If Argentina scores early, the tally could rise as their opponents battle to the end. The biggest threat remains the stellar form of Lionel Messi, the undisputed key figure and main catalyst of this knockout match. Every game in this World Cup writes a new page of history. The Albiceleste captain may not run with his former burst, but he plays with pure genius. His presence alone promises magic. He has proven it throughout this tournament with long-range strikes and set pieces that bring the entire stadium to its feet to chant his name. His presence instills confidence and composure throughout the squad. Cape Verde has already achieved a historic feat, filling their tiny nation with pride and proving nothing is impossible. However, even the most inspiring journeys eventually collide with tactical reality and the class of an opponent playing near-perfect football. This time there will be no room for surprises. The pre-match quiet from the Albiceleste will transform into a masterclass on the pitch. Avoiding noisy statements to the press, Scaloni's men will do their talking on the ball. With the final whistle, Cape Verde's dream will reach its logical conclusion. Meanwhile, Argentina will take another confident step toward retaining their world crown.